I am always really drawn to South East Queensland's Main Range National Park and its surrounding area. It is fairly large and has a big variety of scenery. The rainforests of Goomburra, the eucalyptus forest at the northern end of the park, mountains such as Mount Superbus, Mount Mitchell and Mount Cordeaux, and of course the steamers. It is beautiful, rugged and incredible. I have explored it a bit over the years, but there is still so much I am yet to see. On this trip, I decided to do an overnight remote camp in the Main Range National Park, in an area I hadn't visited before. It was about a 9-kilometre hike in, with a lot of steep vertical for about 5 or 6 kilometres of that. Combine that with my ridiculously heavy pack, and it was quite exhausting. I didn't step off from the car park until roughly 11 AM, and it took almost 3 hours to reach the walkers' camp. After setting up camp, having a bite to eat, it was time to think about sunset. I set off with my Fujifilm G617 Panoramic medium format camera, loaded with my favourite colour negative, Fuji Pro 160NS, and my tripod, and I headed a bit further along the trail. I ended up finding a view looking to the west to what I believe is probably Glen Rock. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm reasonably confident in my guess. At any rate, I could see a great looking peak and some nicely developing evening sky. The view itself was lovely, but as a panoramic photograph, it ended up being a bit cramped and a bit busy. The gap in the trees does kind of frame the peak nicely though. After shooting my photograph, I headed back to camp as it was starting to spit with rain, the temperature had started to drop and the light was quickly fading. I had a bite to eat and settled in for an early night reading while it rained on and off all night long. I awoke very early in the morning, well before dawn at about 4 AM, unsure on whether or not there'd be much of a sunrise due to the consistent rain all night. But, as is landscape photography, I gathered my gear and headed to what had the potential to be an awesome sunrise lookout. Once I'd arrived at the location, had the camera ready to go, loaded with some Fuji Pro, I waited. And I was not disappointed. It was cold, it was incredibly windy, which wasn't ideal, but the sunrise was beautiful. Despite the crazy wind, I managed to capture a couple of beautiful photographs of the morning sunrise. After witnessing the beginning of another beautiful day with the landscape being kissed by fresh morning sunlight, it was time to head back to camp. I had a cold breakfast and packed up my camp to begin my journey home. On the way back along the trail, I couldn't resist stopping at the sunrise lookout again. I unpacked the camera, loaded a roll of Rollei Infrared 400 and decided to attempt another faux aerochrome false colour infrared trichromatic image. It seems that I underexposed a couple of the images though, so my stacked image didn't turn out as well as I'd hoped. But you can't win them all. Here is my not so great attempt at what could have been an awesome trichrome faux aerochro. I'm more than happy to share the failures as well as the wins, as we don't always get what we expect with landscape photography. I always find time out in the bush on my own really helps to recharge the batteries. Life has been a bit stressful lately, and I find that when I'm stuck in the city for too long during stressful times, my mental health really starts to decline. I kind of get a sense of cabin fever. Even just a one-night trip into the bush always helps bring me back to normal. I truly feel that some time in nature should be a part of everyone's mental health plan. I know it definitely helps me. Thank you for joining me on this adventure in the Main Range National Park. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed my time there.